Being a part of a community can be a blessing, and I'm feeling very blessed today. But sometimes, let's be honest, it can also feel like a curse. Since, and I have to be honest with you, I see what happens outside and everywhere, especially in a world where capitalism doesn't just affect our wallets, it targets our body, our identities, our work. Right now, while we're all here fighting just to be seen, just to have our rights recognized, including the right to exist, we're often overlooking something painful. We forget the discrimination we inflict on each other within our own spaces. As a queer fat person, I face barriers that many people don't even notice. Finding a job, being taken seriously as a professional, so much harder. Not because I'm not qualified, but because the world has decided that being fat somehow makes me less capable. Finding a job then results in a harder work to do, and I'm not being taken seriously as a professional. And it doesn't stop here. Within our own queer community, fat people, disabled people, HIV positive people, and so many others are being left out, rejected from short-term flings and long-term relationships, just because of how our bodies look or how our health is perceived. Let's be clear, fat-phobia in queer spaces is real. Ableism in queer spaces is real. And they are hurting us badly. Capitalism has taught us to value what's marketable: slim bodies, sculpted abs, filtered beauty. And we've absorbed that. We've absorbed that so much that we start to measure each other's worth, and even our own, against images we see on Instagram, in porn, in pop culture. But here is the truth. A person has dignity, sexual dignity, just by existing. And yet, the constant rejection we face in clubs, dating apps, and social circles, it takes a toll. It chips away our mental health, our confidence, our ability to feel like we belong in the very communities we fight for. Here's something we don't talk about enough. When you refuse to engage with someone, socially or sexually, only because their body doesn't match some hairbrush fantasy, you're not just hurting them, you're hurting yourself. You're missing the chance to connect with a beautiful, real, human, sexual being. We've built this culture where everybody wants to look like a Ken from Barbie, and only wants to sleep with people who looks like Ken. But no one ever feels like they measure up to Ken standards themselves. That's called body dysmorphia, and it's become a deeply ableist form of suffering. So let me say this loud and clear. A diversity of body does not mean a diversity of dignity. We've been taught to confuse visibility with value, attraction with worthiness, but that is a lie. Everybody has worth, full stop. Sexual dignity is not something you earn, it's something you already have. Your body's enough, my body's enough, every queer body's enough. So next time you feel the urge to comment on a fat person's health, pause. Ask yourself, how are you dealing with your own health? Are you respecting your mental health? Are you unlearning the shame we were all taught? Because we all are on our own journey. And learning to love my body doesn't make it better than yours. It just makes it different. But it made it equally dignified. In queer spaces, spaces that should be safe, healing, radical, we have to do better. We have to challenge the hierarchies of desire. We have to call out the internalized fat-phobia and ableism. We have to fight for a future where all bodies are respected, desired, and loved. This is not about guilt. This isn't about forcing attraction. This is about unlearning what capitalism and shame have taught us and reclaiming our freedom, our joy, our dignity. So I leave you with this. Your body is enough. Every queer body is enough. We all deserve to be seen, to be respected, to be loved. Let's build a community where we don't just say we celebrate diversity, we live it. Thank you, everybody.